Almost 2 years ago, I did a video on World of Tanks and World of Warplanes, and they weren't for me. I also mentioned that Wargaming was working on a new game called World of Warships. I thought to myself, there is no way this game will be fun. I am very happy to say I was dead freaking wrong. Maybe it's because I like ships better than I like tanks or planes? I don't know. But I really enjoyed helming a metal ship of death, which may be symptomatic of a deep-seated emotional imbalance and should probably be mentioned to a psychiatrist, but Now, I should mention that this is an alpha, so everything you're seeing is subject to change. But please don't change it! Or at least don't change much. During this alpha test, players were able to pick either the United States or Japan, and each side had 3 different ships to choose from. Both sides had cruisers and destroyers, but the US had carriers, while the Japanese had battleships. Which may seem fair, except battleships are really slow. Yes, you did sink my battleship, but that's because it's slower than a snail riding another snail on top of a turtle that's going backwards in molasses. Wait, I'm not sure if that makes sense. If the turtle is going backwards but is in molasses, then that would slow him down. So if the snail's forward speed is greater than or equal to, you know what, it doesn't matter, they're f***ing slow. Awesomely enough, Wargaming gave me a lot of coins and experience so that I could try out all of the ships. Each ship is equipped and upgraded with main battery cannons, mortars, hulls, engines, aiming modules, anti-aircraft guns, and some can even use torpedoes. Cruisers were definitely made for cruising. I'm gonna be seasick. While some variations of cruisers had torpedoes, they were typically made for using their cannons to blow up the enemy. Destroyers were typically faster ships made for shooting a lot of torpedoes, which do crazy damage. Sometimes to your own team. Whoops. Sorry about that, but you shouldn't have gotten in the way of my torpedoes. That's your fault. Battleships, well, I just flat out suck with battleships. Now, what's weird is that playing World of Warships with one of these 3 ships is almost like playing a modified version of the board game Battleship. Find an enemy, take aim, miss, adjust aim, fire, hit, adjust aim again, fire, hit, readjust, fire, hit, all while moving so you avoid enemy fire. You also need to control your repairs, such as putting out fires, fixing your rudder, engines, guns, whatever else may break. But when you switch to playing a carrier, the game goes from playing Battleship to playing a real-time strategy game, controlling your troops, picking which enemies to attack, which allies to protect, etc. It's a very different kind of game all of a sudden, which isn't bad at all. In fact, it works. Although I'd like it better if playing a carrier was a little more interactive. For comparison, you have this,
Main turret critically damaged.
or this. The game controls pretty well, albeit a bit floaty, which makes sense given that you're on the water. You set your speed with W and S, turn with A and D, select your weapon with the number keys, and aim and attack with your mouse. Pretty simple stuff. What's fun is the amount of strategy that's involved. Each ship has a different setup for their weapons. While directly facing an enemy, you may only be able to fire a few of your cannons, but if you turned your ship to the side, you may be able to fire more cannons and your torpedoes. Oops, I missed. Sure hope those torpedoes don't hit anything they're not supposed to. You should also use any land or islands around you to your advantage, using them as cover while you repair or plan your next attack. In typical wargaming fashion, should you lose, nothing really bad happens, you just can't use that ship again until the current round is over. So if you died really early, you can join a new round, just with a different ship. I easily did best with cruisers, as they matched my playstyle, which is run in like an idiot and hope for the best. Destroyers were a bit too weak for me, so I just ended up dying a lot. Plus they relied a lot on torpedoes for their damage, and I just kept missing. Oh boy. Those islands are uninhabited, right? All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed World of Warships, and am really looking forward to future tests. And if anyone from the Navy is watching, I would make an awesome captain. I mean, I only died a few times, so just throw me a couple of those ships. I mean, how much could it cost you? Oh boy. Probably not a wise fiscal decision. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Make sure to visit MMORPG.com for all of your MMO related news. And if you like this video, make sure to visit my YouTube channel for more silly videos.